Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. I just had a kale salad. I can't tell you how many times I've been talking. I got all right. You're gonna like today because I'm gonna give you a practice, an exercise. How do you get the ultimate answers to everything? You. Number one. Pick something that you would like the answer to right now. Sorry, that's my dishwasher going. Pick something that you would like the answer to now. Let's do money. Money's a big one. How do I get myself out of this financial situation? Now, don't put it in a negative way. How do I get myself out of? In other words, how do I resolve this issue? Not blaming, not looking for an outside source. Who's going to save me? Landria, give me free stuff so that I can make money. So that's that reverse mentality. When people come to me and they go, give me free, you should give me free because you have. I'm thinking that's why you don't have. Because you're always thinking somebody else needs to give you something so that you can have stuff. And that's not a giving attitude. A giving attitude is what receives the same thing. All right? We're constantly doing this. You're connected to this intelligence beyond your comprehension. Now, because we're human beings, I want you to remember that what we're about to do is going to probably push the limits of what you believe. That's okay. I want you to try it anyways. All right. So, what about a relationship? I know a couple of you guys, guys and gals going through divorce. And finding peace in some of these videos because you realize this is just a temporary thing. You're not in sync with something. Why would you want to, try and fight for something that's not working, right? We don't like change. We like to hang on to what we know. And yeah, sometimes we love that person. Ask yourself if you really do, right? Sometimes you really don't. True love doesn't come or go. True love doesn't suffer. True love there's no pain connected to true love. That is just a temporary human experience of emotions that is mostly ego-based. We're going to do one about relationships. So let's take that and say, okay, how do I move past this pain, this struggle? Because remember, you're always going to experience pain on this planet till the day you die. There's going to be experiences. You will not struggle. You'll experience it and it'll blow past. You will not interact with it. Sadness or just, the feelings that come with seeing some of the atrocities of this planet. We took on a lot. So you'll experience that, but you don't have to get involved in it. You don't have to fuel it or struggle or say it shouldn't be that way. So these two things shall pass. This whole thing is like, can I take responsibility? So choose something, take responsibility for it and say, okay, I do wield the control. Whether I believe it or not, I wield the control and the power to change whatever it is situation I'm in right now. How do I move past this struggle and this pain that I'm feeling through this divorce? How do I move past this? How do I move past this financial struggle that I constantly have throughout my life? How do I find the answers? How do I move past it? Now, here's the deal. People come to me because they think I have the answers. The only difference between you and I right now is not that I have the answers. It's that I don't have the blocks to them. I removed the blocks. And when I feel something creeping up, I handle it and I don't react to it. I go, whoa, what is that? And I really take a good hard look because the universe is saying, this is showing up. You have to work on this. You still have something to work on. And then I work on it. I work on it. I don't look at the problem and say, that's the problem. That person is the problem. That situation. I say, okay, my feelings about it are what I must work on because I'm creating the supposed problem. It's a challenge. But I'm creating a problem through my thinking in opposition to what it is, that it shouldn't be that way. I'm creating that. So I sit and go, what about that is bothering me? It's my ego. that somehow doesn't like the situation, says it shouldn't be that way, or that that person shouldn't act that way. I got pinged. So I nip it in the bud and go, it is not that person. They are actually another universal reminder that I have some work to do. It never ends. So the more awakened you get, the less it actually affects you. It's just a reminder that these are residual energies there that must be released and let go, and to feel the compassion and love for the person, very person, who has challenged you. What is that? That's me connecting to my higher frequency. That's me knowing that I am not those feelings or that ego or that remnant or the collective consciousness that's on the lower frequency. I am a energy of one, of which I share the collective, but I get choice within that of where I sit on the frequency. So even though I'm a part of this, I get to raise my frequency and be the higher thinking self, and I don't have to connect to the lower one. When you connect to the lower one, you think it's a problem, you struggle, everybody else is to blame, all this other crap. All right, did you find what is it you want to resolve? Do you criticize people? Do you criticize yourself? Do you feel guilt? Do you have pain over a death? Are you bringing past stuff? Are you still walking around? Geez, how many years ago did it happen? You're still walking around with it? Yeah. Boy, I just named about 10 more videos I could do. Good thing I'm doing one a day, right? I will never run out of subjects. You ready? Pick your thing. All right, let's pick one that I hear a lot. I don't know why, but I continually financially struggle. I'm a good person, I give, I do all these things. You're connecting those things with the financial struggle. And there isn't a connection. Not truly. Everything energetically is connected. It's the belief about that certain thing that's stopping you. It's not that you're a good person, you're doing all these things, so this should go away. It's that you have a block about the financial struggle. You could be a jackass, financially struggle, or a saint and financially struggle. So when you go up to a higher frequency, yeah, you pretty much let go of that stuff, but you can still be great in a lot of other areas, a good person, and still have that block right there that you still have to release. So the universe is telling you, this is a block, you still have to release that. Like with me, something shows up, you go, that's something you have to work on. What is it? Where's that coming from? Is it a human energetic field that you're still hanging on to, that you've been told, you're programmed, you feel guilty if you don't do certain things because your parents told you have to, behave a certain way? What is that? Okay, that's what it is. Poof. I don't have to believe it anymore. Now here's what we're going to do. You choose it. I continually financially struggle. Now you don't have to say, and then I'm a good person, I do all these things, and I give and people take advantage of me. So? Then don't give money anymore. There's your solution. Because you're expecting something. You expect a certain behavior or whatever from them, and that's your ego saying, oh, here, you have money, but here are the conditions. That's not freely giving. That's the ego saying, here it is, and if you don't behave a certain way, by the way, you're acting like that person is going to behave differently than they are now. And that's ridiculous. So, again, poor little me, victim, I'm giving, they take advantage of me. No, they don't. You perceive that they do. You're just not giving freely. So then don't do it because you're not giving freely. It has strings attached. Behave a certain way. You're an evil person, but I'm going to give it to you because you're acting nice now, and oh, shocker, oh, they did something bad. Get real. Give it and go, okay, I know that I'll probably never see this money again. Shame on them, but I'm not here to judge that. That's going to be their karma. So you have to act and move forward in a way. So when you pull this thing that you want to resolve, that you know is a sticking point, that there's a block and you may not know what the block is, and some of you know what your block is, and you still battle it and can't get past it. Pull it in and say, here is the issue. I would like to change it. There's no story behind it. There's no story. I may have created a story, but there's no story about what I want to change right now. I financially struggle, I always have. Now, if you have blocks to getting your answers, we have to work on that. But right now, I can access all of those answers. All those answers. And I allow it to come when it's supposed to. Sometimes I just get pelted with stuff. And then other times, energy shifts. There are different things going on, planetary things that happen, whatever. It's all by design. You do not have to be in a good energetic space to do this, because if you're feeling bad, that's the whole reason why you're trying to get the answer. There's no mystical thing. Somebody said, what about candles versus crystals? Candle's a candle. Crystal holds some kind of powers. But if you don't know how to use it, it's not going to do you any good. Right? It's not the answer. Oh, the crystal will be the answer, or the candle will be the answer. No, you have the answers right now. Let's sit here. I financially struggle. I financially struggle. The struggle is when you feel bad. If you feel bad about something, you're struggling with that situation. You're struggling against it. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. It's real to me. So we want to get an answer for that. So I want you to sit with it. Right now, let's do this exercise together. Take that question. What is it you want to ask the universe without tainting it? How do I get somebody to stop treating me bad? Oh, police. We have to take responsibility in the question. I take responsibility. How do I stop struggling against other people? How do I stop feeling negatively towards other people or what they do, how they interact with me? How do I stop? So take the responsibility in the question. Can you do that? You got to think good and hard about this, because most of you are like, how do I get my boss to treat me better? How do I get people to stop? No. How do I resolve this struggle I have with being taken advantage of? Where is that coming from, and how do I end that? How do I end that? Because I'm creating it. They're not doing it. I'm creating it. I'm drawing it in. I'm connecting to it. And it's a lesson I'm supposed to learn. I don't know what that is. How do I resolve that? What is the answer to that so that I can move past it, learn a lesson, and move past it? How do I resolve this issue? What is the answer I am asking the universe right now? And you probably won't have a problem doing this. I'm asking the universe right now without struggle, like, I'm a good person. Sorry, I'm just so tired of hearing these complaints from these people that are walking around with the power of the universe in them. Seriously, it's just ridiculous. I hold power. It's unlimited. I'm protected. I have a barrier around me at all times. Why? Because every master, angel, higher power, including my higher self, has brought that barrier down. It protects me at all times. And anything that happens in this linear planet, third dimension, cannot affect me in a negative way unless I then decide that it can. And these energies are not responsible for that. They will put the barrier up, not to stop anything from coming to me. See, this is where people get confused. Well, why is it showing up? Thank you. I still have to work on that. Jackass boss keeps treating me bad. I still have to work on that. I'm struggling with that. So then we go into, how do I end the struggle with this negative person? How do I end the struggle? What is the solution to this? What is the answer to this? What must I learn? How do I evolve to release this? How can I see this differently? And that's the big one. How can I see this differently to end the struggle? I choose peace. I choose abundance. I choose healthy relationships. How do I give and raise my frequency? What's your question? How do I end this financial struggle? How do I end this financial struggle? Then you go into the other question or the other command. Don't be afraid to command. Well, I shouldn't. You are it. You are the power. You're not believing it. So the other part is, show me what I must experience, know, and learn to break through this and dissolve this. I'm ready. I'm ready. Show me. Don't be afraid of that. You're already struggling. You're already in pain. Ask for the universe to show you. It's going to come back with some kind answers. So then you sit with it. Now I cannot tell you right now how much you must start meditating. I have tons of meditations. By the way, if one disappears, it's because somebody hijacked my video and started putting ads on. I don't allow ads during I will have one in the beginning. I don't allow any ads and commercials of any kind on my meditations. If somebody does that to mine, claiming that I used one of their pictures or something, even though I'm not violating copyright or royalty, I will remove it. So don't worry. I'm starting to use my own pictures. I licensed all the music, so I'm going to eliminate every possibility, and you're going to have more videos than you know what to do with. They're already on there. I think I have dozens. They're guided. Pick one. And I'm going to do one for this video so that you can meditate on it, because you're going to get an answer. You will get an answer. I guarantee it. I guarantee you will get an answer. Why? Because you're asking, and you are the higher consciousness, and you're always getting answers just as clearly as I do. You're just blocked and not seeing them or not listening to them. They're always there. This isn't something that just appears that wasn't there. It's always there. Everything exists right now. Everything. It's your attention that makes it appear, because you're making a choice. You're doing a quantum focus, so it appears. It is already created on some level, but it is not in your reality until you put your attention on it. So when you put your attention on a solution, so most of us are battling and struggling, I don't know why, blah, blah. There's no answer in that. So you go in and you say, okay, how do I end the struggle with finances? How do I end the struggle with negative relationships? How do I end the struggle with low self-esteem? I'm asking for the answer to this. I always say, I'll do the work. You know I'll do the work. I will do the work. I will never stop. I will continually go. Nothing can stop me. I am protected. I am guarded. I am being led by my higher self and all the other wonderful powers that have been assigned to me. Those who have passed over, who are cheering me on. It's all there. I know it's there. I don't need some angel to walk in the room to tell me that. It's all there. I've had many dreams. I've had many answers, and profound things happen to let me know you guys are seeing numbers, you're doing all these things. It's like stuff showing up. The universe is saying we're listening, we're here, you're connecting. Keep going. Don't look for some, what's it look? And then you got like 20 different explanations of what a number means. You know what it is. Somebody said a number shows up, it's her sister's, is it birth date? Birth date? Not her death, right? I think it's her birth date. Sister who passed on. What more do you need? Why, we're always looking for, like, you know, you want something to show up. You'd pass out. You'd have a heart attack if there was some big entrance. If your sister walked in the room, you wouldn't go, oh, hi, and hug her. You'd seriously go into cardiac arrest and die. That's why they don't do that. You can't handle it. We can't handle it. We think we can. So the signs may not be so blatant, and they're coming from you, and you don't believe them because you think that you're so busy talking to yourself all the time with the ego that when you finally get answers, you don't believe it. Well, it seemed like a really good solution and answer. All right, so you go into the space. How do I end financial struggle? I'm asking for the answer. I'm ready for it. I will do the work. I won't tell myself another story to make me okay with what I'm doing. I'm going to listen and I'm going to implement. I ask for the answer. What must I do to end this struggle? What must I learn? What is blocking me from being abundant? And you sit with it. You can do this right now with me. Then you sit with it. Could one of the answers be because you're putting limits on it? Because maybe it's all you've ever known. Maybe it's because you don't know what it feels like to be abundant. So you gravitate toward being broke without really knowing it. Maybe you're behaving like a broke person all the time. Maybe you don't feel that you have that power to change anything. Maybe you look to others to create that wealth for you, and you're not putting in the work. You've got to be honest with yourself. What's that answer that's coming back? I'm not doing the work. I'm not changing my patterns. I'm not believing. I don't know what it feels like to be wealthy, so I only connect to the feelings of being broke, and I continue to do that. I don't meditate every day. I'm not connecting to my higher self. I continually stay in the worry of the third dimension. And therefore, I continue to generate the exact same thing that I complain about. I don't take responsibility for it. I blame the world, my family, everything that's been told to me. And I'm not taking my power in my hands and changing it. I'm not owning my power. I am unlimited. And within this role as a human being, I can change anything. You can change anything. And as these things come to you and evolve, when you embrace them and know that the universe is giving you exactly what you need. Remember, the N word's going to be positive this year. Exactly what you need in order to break through those blocks and barriers. But then when we don't get what we believe is the answer, when we don't win the lottery, we complain. You're still not in that space. You haven't gone into that space of saying, okay, I'm not supposed to win the lottery. There's another way for me. I'm just not willing. I haven't been willing to go do it. I'm lazy. I'll admit it. I just want to sit here and have things roll to my feet. And the truth is, I'm going to die broke because I don't want to go on my journey. I don't want to learn anything. I don't want to evolve and expand. But now I'm ready to let that go. I'll do the work because I do want to experience abundance. I want to stop having these thoughts. So I'm asking for your guidance to help me. What are the tools I need? What do I need to do to get past this? I'll do the work. I haven't been connecting to my higher self. What do I need to do that? Positive N word. What do I need in order to move past this barrier that I've created. Because I've believed it. I've believed the negative stuff. All right, I'll meditate every day. And it's not easy. Neither's running a marathon, but people do it. And they don't do it the first time. They walk, then they run further and faster. This may be the case for you. And others may switch into total awakening, total abundance, and realize, wow, it was always there. I just thought of it as something elusive. I think of other people as awakened beings that have the answers. I never think of myself as the person with the answers. And they're here all the time. I've always been here. Have you ever seen The Wizard of Oz? Dorothy had the power the whole time. She had those ruby slippers on. She could have gone home any time. And the question was, well, why not? Because you needed to learn some things. You needed to go on that journey along the way. And she was asked, what did you learn? And she had a whole host of things, a whole list of things she learned. We're afraid of that. We don't want to learn those things. We want to just click the heels and go home. Well, you would have never come here. You'd have just stayed home. You came here for that journey along that yellow brick road with your friends, and they're all going to help you. And at the end, the wizard doesn't have any more answers than you do. Right? The wizard didn't have any more answers than she did. And they all held the answers. Each one of them did. And you do. But you don't believe it, do you? That is a block. But if you sit with it, you're always getting them. Take that question. Take responsibility that you've created it, the situation. Because when you do that, the universe says, boom, went to a higher frequency. Responsibility, you empowered yourself. Let's go make that change. You ready? Let's make that change. It's not painful. Putting a little work in is beautiful. When you're going toward a goal you love, I never stop working. Only people that have negative connections to the word work think it's a bad thing. Work to me is doing what I love. But we have been conditioned to believe that at work is what you do because you have to, and then you go have fun. They're all one and the same for me. My whole life is balanced. So you guys wanting individual, well, Landria, talk to me. I have an individual question. Sorry. If I have, sometime, every once in a while I'll grab an email and I'll give a response. It's no different than what I'm seeing in these videos. You want me to give you some magical thing just for you? You've got it. In 3,000 videos I shot. What are you going to do with it? You can change right now. Right now. There's no thing you have to go toward. The journey, yes, that's going to be an involvement that's going to be amazing. It's going to feel really good. Even when you have to go through some things that are a little bit challenging, it's going to feel good because you know that you're releasing all the things that are holding you back and that you're changing the patterns, you're changing the thoughts, you're changing the beliefs, and you're continually asking for the help. I ask for acceleration. Be careful with that. Woo! Get ready. But don't ask for acceleration until you've gotten to a place where everything is exactly how you feel it should be at that moment. It feels right, you're on the right path, you're connecting to everything that's positive, and you just want to accelerate it and expand on it. But right now, if you're not there, just ask for that answer. You hold unlimited powers. This is how you get the answer to everything that you've ever wanted. Everything. And when you come into that space, into that higher self without the ego, truly being humble and letting it go and saying, I don't have the answer. I'm going to let go of all the barriers and blocks and the guilt and the shame and the blame and the victim and all that crap. That's the ego blocking me. I'm just a person right here. What do I need to do? I'm ready. I'm ready. And you will get the answer. So I can't wait to hear the responses you guys give me. So, Landria, I sat there and I didn't get the answer. There you go. There's the ego again, dictating when and how it should come. Just relax. It's coming. So what happens is then you go, well, I didn't get anything. I didn't really feel like I got an answer. Myself didn't really, and it's going to be you, not some voice in the head goes, you must stop using your credit cards. It's not going to do that. Well, maybe it will, but not likely. And you go, okay, I find a little that I'm a little more peaceful. And then you get ready, you go grocery shopping, and somebody runs into you and then says something, and then you get into a conversation. They say, oh, you're looking for a job? Oh my gosh, I need an assistant. Holy cow, you know this and this. Oh my, here's my card. Please call me. I need an assistant, like right now, immediately. And you get that job that you love, and you're working with an amazing person because you're now going into that peaceful space. So you're going to connect on that frequency, and the peaceful person who has the job for you, you're going to run into. That's how it works. Be patient, and it's going to happen when it should. And if it's not happening, don't question it. It'll show up. There'll be things you may have to clear up. All right, you're whole and perfect. Strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I think this is a powerful one. Use it. Let's go for it. Let's start clearing them up. Clear up the challenges. How do I move past the negative feelings? How do I go into abundance? How do I release the anger toward somebody? How do I release the anger toward myself? You have all of the answers. You are powerful beyond your comprehension. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Smile. It does help. Blessings, my friend. Namaste.